Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Frenzy Bundle of February 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle. And before we begin, I would like to thank Terry D for officially being the first person in the world to join the early access army through Buy Me a Coffee. How awesome is that? Your support means everything, and I can't thank you enough for believing in what I do. You are a legend. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Forgive Me Father, a first-person shooter action game with an interesting art style based on Lovecraftian lore. You play as either a priest or a journalist, searching for your cousin. However, things aren't as simple as you think, as you have to murder otherworldly beasts and zombies on the way. You will be shooting these beasts with a variety of weapons, ranging from a pistol, shotgun, and all the way to more interesting weapons like the harpoon or an energy bolt gun thing called the energy catalyst. Although each character pretty much have the same weapon skills, they differ from each other from activated skills, like the priest has more defensive abilities like invulnerability and self-healing, while the journalist has more offensive abilities, like doing AoE damage, buffing her melee attack, or stealing health from enemies. The game plays a lot like classic Doom, where a character will sprint around maps, running and gunning without any aim down sights. In fact, there isn't any reloading either, so you'll be constantly running around mowing enemies down. Ammo does get more scarce at higher difficulties, so you'll want to watch your ammo count. Replayability comes from not only the two characters but also in weapon upgrades. At some point while upgrading, the game forces you to choose how you would like to evolve your weapon. You could turn your shotgun into a cursed shotgun, or a machine gun that fires laser beams. Another unique aspect of this game is the madness meter. The meter grows for every enemy you kill, and once you reach its threshold, your screen becomes pasted purple, and your damage and defense will increase as you charge your abilities, rewarding highly aggressive playstyles. In terms of the levels, it is like classic Doom as well, where you are tasked to look for keys to unlock a door to enter the next area. Forgive Me Father is a great first-person shooter game with an interesting comic book art style and classic first-person gameplay mechanics. And number 2 we have Broken Sword Trilogy, a collection of 3 classic adventure games following George Stobart and Nico Collard as they unravel conspiracies filled with mystery, humor, and danger. Shadow of Templars, Director's Cut, kicks off the journey with a cafe bombing in Paris, pulling you into a Templar-related mystery. You'll investigate crime scenes, interview eccentric characters, and solve intricate puzzles, though its linear progression can leave you stuck. The dialogue shines, packed with wit and charm, but the visuals feel dated, especially when scaled up. The Smoking Mirror Remastered takes you into Mayan mythology, as Nico's discovery of an ancient stone leads to her kidnapping. You'll swap between George and Nico, solving puzzles and interacting with a lively cast of characters. The remastered version improves visuals and adds a hint system, making challenges more accessible. The hand-drawn art style remains appealing, and the humor, like George's tequila worm obsession, adds to the fun. The Sleeping Dragon shifts to a fully 3D world, trading point-and-click mechanics for direct control. The story is engaging, with excellent chemistry between George and Nico, but the fixed camera angles can be frustrating. The game leans heavily on environmental puzzles, especially crate-moving ones, which drag down the pacing. However, strong voice acting and an atmospheric soundtrack elevate the experience. If you love mystery-driven adventures with rich storytelling and clever puzzles, Broken Sword Trilogy is an iconic series worth experiencing. Just be prepared for the occasional tedious challenge. And number 3 we have Burst Fighter, a fast-paced bullet hell shoot-'em-up that puts you in control of a customizable fighter jet battling against an overwhelming alien force known as the Machines. Drawing inspiration from genre classics like Ikaruga and Gradius, this game delivers an intense experience filled with explosive action, countless enemy projectiles, and massive boss battles. The story, while present, is minimal. Humans are on the brink of extinction, and you are their last hope. Unfortunately, the narrative feels underdeveloped, wasting its unique character designs with little exposition or emotional weight. What Burstfire does well is gameplay. It sticks to the core shoot-'em-up formula. Dodge enemy fire, collect power-ups, and take on relentless bosses with hilariously named foes like KR4K3N or Kraken and M3DU54, Medusa. The difficulty is challenging but fair. You do not die instantly from a single bullet, and a shield mechanic adds a layer of strategy. The customization system is a highlight, allowing you to tweak weapons, ultimate attacks, and even your ship's colors for added replayability. Where the game falters is its soundtrack. The music is forgettable and fails to heighten the tension, which is crucial for a game in this genre. The sound design is also lacking, with burst attacks missing the impactful audio cues needed to make them feel truly powerful. Despite these flaws, the sheer fun of dodging intricate bullet patterns and taking down massive enemies makes Burst Fighter a solid entry in the bullet hell genre, even if it does not quite reach legendary status. At number 4 we have Cycle Chaser H5, a fast-paced stylish shoot-'em-up that blends old-school bullet hell action with a distinct cartoon-inspired aesthetic. The game's art style, reminiscent of Genndy Tartakovsky's work, brings a unique flair to the genre, while the soundtrack, packed with Mega Drive-inspired tunes and voice samples, adds a layer of nostalgic charm. You will blast through enemy waves, dodge intricate bullet patterns, and uncover in-game logs that provide a deeper look into the universe. What makes this game unique is its accessibility. Unlike many STGs that punish players with unforgiving difficulty, Cycle Chaser H5 strikes a balance that makes it a great entry point for newcomers while still being engaging for seasoned veterans. If you've been battered by classics like Super R-Type, you might find the challenge here on the lighter side, especially if you breeze through both basic and advanced modes without hitting a game over screen. However, that doesn't take away from the game's enjoyment. It prioritizes fun over sheer brutality, making it a perfect pick for those hesitant to dive into the genre. For hardcore players craving a greater challenge, a future Devil difficulty mode could push the limits even further. But as it stands, Cycle Chaser H5 delivers a highly polished experience well worth its price. If you're a fan of shoot-'em-ups, this one deserves a spot in your collection, and if you can download the soundtrack, you definitely want to add it into your playlist. At number 5 we have Ruined Kingdom, a unique blend of real-time strategy, puzzle, RPG, and reverse tower defense. You take command of an orc army, battling humans and rival tribes while unlocking upgrades and abilities. The game challenges you to adapt your strategies based on unit strengths, enemy weaknesses, and evolving battle conditions. One of the best aspects of Ruined Kingdom is how it paces progression. New characters and abilities arrive frequently enough to keep things fresh, preventing repetition and encouraging experimentation. The variety of mission types also helps. Standard battles against humans play out like puzzles, requiring careful gold management and strategic unit placement. Boss fights, occurring every few levels, demand quick takedowns before reinforcements overwhelm you. These encounters introduce unique mechanics, making each one feel distinct and engaging. The Red Orc battles, however, are less refined. This mode leans more toward chaotic unit spamming rather than deep strategy, making some levels feel like a brute force exercise rather than a tactical challenge. That said, the overall difficulty is well balanced. You'll need to think critically, but retrying is easy, keeping frustration to a minimum. After completing the 5-hour campaign, you unlock 2 additional challenge modes. One pits you against highly organized human forces, while the other refines the Red Orc battles, adding depth and strategy. The game's hand-drawn animations add charm, and its gameplay surprises with smart design choices. If you enjoy strategic battles with a puzzle-like twist, Ruined Kingdom is well worth playing. At number 6 we have Legacy of Sin Blood Oath, a real-time tactical strategy game that blends tower defense mechanics with RPG elements. You command an army across a 6x5 gridded battlefield, defending your kingdom against relentless orc invasions. The game offers 45 levels, requiring you to strategically place and upgrade units to counter different enemy types. The gameplay starts slow, with just your main character, but as you defeat enemies and earn gold, you can recruit new units. Each class has strengths and weaknesses. Archers excel against unarmored enemies, but struggle with heavily armored orcs, while melee soldiers are strong but vulnerable to ranged spear throwers. Battles take place in lanes, and careful positioning is crucial. As the fight escalates, so does the intensity, making for a satisfying strategic challenge. The game's retro-inspired visuals evoke the style of old-school web games, which may not be groundbreaking but add charm. However, some quality of life improvements could enhance the experience. It can be difficult to tell which unit you're commanding, leading to misplaced orders, and the skill tree progression feels sluggish, making upgrades take longer than necessary. The occasional story-driven audio recordings attempt to add narrative depth, but suffer from poor quality. However, if you're looking for a simple yet engaging strategy game with an old-school feel, Legacy of Sin Blood Oath delivers a fun, tactical experience, especially if you enjoy overcoming challenging achievements. At number 7 we have
Patch Quest, a roguelike exploration game. In this game you collect creatures, get into the occasional murder fest, and keep track of all your discoveries. While the world and creatures may seem cute and cuddly, this game will murder you over and over again. You play an explorer in Patchlantis, a world filled with secret paths, treacherous plant life, and monsters that really hate you. Nature has overtaken the island, and it is your job to find out what has happened. Every time you die, the world, or patches connected to each other, will change and reshuffle, making each playthrough different. You're equipped with a weapon that can fire various types of ammo, depending on fruits that you find in your journey. You have homing bananas, rapid-fire grapes, explosive onions, among others. Sometimes this game goes full-on bullet hell on you, and these encounters can be quite overwhelming. You can mount monsters and use their skills and abilities to help deal with situations like this. You can even use them to battle other monsters that you encounter. The more your bond grows with your monsters, the more abilities will be available to them. Some monsters can levitate across swamps, and others are super tanky. You can also acquire plants and minerals to further grow your bond. Finding these resources also increase your Explorer rank. Every new level to the Explorer rank unlocks new permanent buffs for your character. In conclusion, Patch Quest is an awesome little adventure with some genuinely tough encounters. However, it manages to balance difficulty with the thrill of exploration and discovery, and never feels repetitive. Thanks to the wealth of creatures to mount and capture and some tough-as-nails combat, this roguelike adventure is quite a treat, and you'll be crazy to pass this one by.
At number 8 we have Cook Serve Delicious 3? The third installment in the Cook Serve Delicious franchise, set in the year 2041 during a war-ravaged United States. You play as a head chef, and after your restaurant is destroyed, you team up with 2 robots, Whisk and Cleaver, to turn a search and rescue truck into a mobile eatery. As you travel across the different states, you'll manage your food truck, prepare menu items, and serve customers. The game introduces changes to the gameplay mechanics, such as relying more on holding stations to prepare food in advance. Menu items can be marked for preparation in holding stations, or made to order, and players must manage their resources and timing effectively. Currency in the game is represented by cryptocurrency called the Crumb Coin, and each state has its own unique build-based currency. As you progress through routes and complete orders, you earn experience points to level up and unlock upgrades for your food truck. The upgrade system allows you to customize your truck with additional holding stations, prep stations, and other features to improve efficiency and customer satisfaction. This game is praised for its gameplay improvements and the addition of the chill mode that reduces stress by eliminating those ghastly impatient clients. So if you enjoy a fun casual game, or if you enjoyed the first 2 games in the series, definitely look into Cook Serve Delicious 3? At number 9 we have Unity of Command Trilogy Bundle. The Unity of Command Trilogy Bundle unites the Teslagrad campaign, Black Turn, and Red Turn into a comprehensive World War II strategy experience. This bundle offers a rich mix of historical campaigns, tactical challenges, and strategic depth, making it an essential package for wargaming enthusiasts. The Teslagrad campaign sets the foundation with its balanced mix of accessibility and unforgiving difficulty. You lead forces through pivotal battles, navigating supply lines and leveraging clever positioning to outmaneuver the enemy. The relentless AI keeps you on edge, demanding precision with every move. Black Turn shifts the focus to early Eastern Front, adding depth with new Axis units and minor nations. Its emphasis on bold maneuvers and tight objectives keeps you on your toes, while the sprawling maps and large campaigns add a grand scale. The simplicity of the interface belies the strategic challenges waiting for you, and every victory feels like a masterstroke of planning. Red Turn flips the script, placing you in command of the Soviet counter-offensive. While its scenarios are slightly easier than its predecessors, they still demand thoughtful execution. With new late-war units and modding tools, it adds both tactical variety and replayability. This bundle excels in blending historical authenticity with engaging gameplay. From encircling enemies to managing precarious supply lines, every scenario is a rewarding puzzle. While occasional quirks in AI and difficulty may arise, the Unity of Command Trilogy Bundle offers a deeply satisfying experience that strategy enthusiasts shouldn't miss. At number 10 we have Ziggurat, a perfect blend of fast-paced combat, random dungeons, and badass bosses. In Ziggurat, you step into the shoes of a neophyte sorcerer, embarking on a journey into a labyrinth to prove your worth and ascend to become a powerful wizard. The game's focus on old-school first-person shooting, coupled with dungeon crawling and RPG roguelike elements, ensures a fun, challenging, and varied experience with each playthrough. What distinguishes Ziggurat is its emphasis on combat skills. Unlike typical roguelikes, your success depends on your ability to navigate the labyrinth efficiently. The game boasts dozens of perks, spells, and enemies, ensuring that each run feels unique. With randomly generated content, level ups, and a plethora of magical weapons, Ziggurat maintains variety without succumbing to repetitive gameplay. The perks in Ziggurat aren't mere stat upgrades, they actively alter your playstyle. The choices are clear, direct, and impactful, ensuring that every decision you make contributes to a distinct wizardry. The game's arsenal includes magic staffs, spell books, and wands, each offering a different strategy to keep the gameplay fresh. As you unleash havoc on enemies, managing your mana reserves becomes crucial to avoid regrettable consequences. Fans of classics like Doom and Heretic find Ziggurat a nostalgic joy, appreciating its well-designed enemy attacks and varied weaponry. Ziggurat stands as a dungeon-crawling FPS gem that successfully merges the best elements of the genre. Whether you're a seasoned wizard or a neophyte adventurer, Ziggurat offers a challenging yet rewarding journey through its ever-changing labyrinth. Don't miss this one chance, to add this title to your collection and experience the magic of roguelite done right. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle might not be the GOAT, but for the price, it is a steal. Forgive Me Father for $1? Insane! Burst Fighter? Surprisingly fun. Whether you're stacking a backlog, flipping trades, or just grabbing a few gems, there's plenty to work with. Sure, not every game's a banger, but at this price, who's complaining? If you see something you like, lock it in, because deals like this don't stick around forever. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider unlocking early access to videos by buying the channel or coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.